Hi everybody, this is Julie Bean with Beadaholique and welcome to another installment of our Selling Your Handmade Jewelry video series. And in this one, we're going to cover preparing for your first show. So congratulations, you signed up for a show. That's wonderful. We have another video telling you some tips about how you might choose your first show and which ones to do and how to price your jewelry. But you are here, you've signed up, now you're ready to get going and get everything ready for your first show. So what do you need to do? Well, you need to make jewelry, of course, and you need to have inventory. What I would recommend, that I've noticed for me at least, is it's very helpful to have a wide range of prices for the different types of jewelry you make. So let's say you have beautiful jewelry and it's all very expensive. You might have a lot of people then who are walking by your booth and they would love to buy it. They love your look, but they just can't afford it. So it's really helpful then if you have all different price ranges. So maybe make some simpler pieces with a little lower price point. So a good example I think is when I always did shows, most of my jewelry was between 30 and 60, maybe a little bit higher than that. But I also had some $10 items. I even made some like $5 little rings, just so that everybody who came to my booth would be able to buy something. And all those little things add up actually. You'd be surprised how much you can make on $10 sales. So I like to have a wide range of prices. And then speaking of prices, I think it's really important to make your prices visible. You don't want people having to guess at how much something is. People will ask, but not everyone will. Some people are too shy. So you want to make sure that when you're getting your display ready and you're pricing your pieces, that people can see the price tags. There's such a wide range in artisan jewelry in terms of what things cost that people just don't know, and it would be really hard to assume. So I think that really helps with sales. Now for your display, first off, you're going to want to make sure you know what's included with your booth fee. Does it come with a table? Does the table have a tablecloth? Does it come with a chair or a tent? So check your information from when you signed up for your show. Now, what I like to do for my actual tabletop display is I take my dining room table and I set up my entire display about a week beforehand. So I actually put the tablecloth out. I turn cardboard boxes upside down. I cover them with pretty fabric. And then I bring out the baskets, the little cups, the earring stands, the picture frames, whatever it is that I'm using. And I lay it out just how I want it for the show. And this does a couple things. One, it allows me to know that I've got everything I need for the display, that I don't have to go out and buy anything. It also lets me take pictures of the display. So I take pictures of how it looks set up on my dining table, and that way I can use those pictures as a map the morning of the show, so there's no guesswork. And then what I do is I take that display and I immediately pack it into my plastic tubs or my suitcases or whatever it is I'm going to use to transport to the show. So then I am packed and ready to go. There's no guesswork and I have not forgotten anything. So I do recommend doing something like that just so that you know you've got everything and you're good to go. So beyond your inventory and your display, you're going to want to bring a little toolkit. Now, I like to bring a couple pairs of chain nose pliers, a flush cutter, some jump rings, just some really basic jewelry making supplies. This lets me do quick little repairs if anything breaks. It also lets me do minor adjustments. So let's say you have someone who buys a necklace, it's a little long for them, you can easily shorten it. You also want to bring a mirror so people can see what they look like, and some packaging supplies. So you've got your jewelry on the display, someone buys it, how are they going to take it home safely? So you can do little gift boxes, little bags, whatever it is, just make sure you have something to transport it home safely for them. You're also going to want to bring a receipt book, some pens. I always like also some just basic things like Band-Aids, scissors, rubber bands, little pins. You just never know what you're going to need. Some tape, who knows? You might have a little sign that falls down. And then you want to have some type of signage letting people know who you are. It can just be something you print off your computer, put in a little picture frame. That's always nice. And something that will allow people to contact you in the future. So a little business card, or maybe you have a newsletter sign up, something that allows you to continue the sales, continue the business growing beyond the show. And it doesn't have to be fancy. You don't need a really fancy website with a shopping cart. You can just have an Instagram page, or you can just have a Facebook page. Just some presence that allows people to continue to get a hold of you. So beyond the display, the inventory, the packaging supplies, you've got your prices, you've brought some extra price tags in case they fall off, you've got your little toolkit. I would also recommend bringing some snacks. It might be a long day. You might not be able to get away from your booth. Some water to stay hydrated. I also like to bring a little seat cushion and a little mat to stand on. That's kind of a nice little extra. If you forget those, it's not the end of the world, but it does make life a little more comfortable. And then finally, you're going to want to have your cell phone, and you're going to want to make sure it's charged. A lot of booths do not come with electricity, so you're going to want to make sure that's charged and have some type of little credit card swiper. They're really common. You've probably used them to purchase things before at art fairs, but you're going to want to have one so that if people don't have cash, you don't lose that sale and they can just swipe their credit card. And you don't need a fancy bank account or anything for those. And there's lots of options. So just Google credit card swiper for craft fairs and you'll find a bunch of different options. So I hope this helped. I am making a checklist and it's going to be on beadaholique.com on the Strung Out blog that you can just print out that will cover all of these details. So I actually always had a checklist when I did a show and it just covered everything from snacks, water, toolkit, display, inventory. You don't want to forget your merchandise. And then you could just go down, check off that checklist and make sure that you have everything you need. And so you can print that off of the Strung Out blog at beadaholique.com and we'll provide a link for that at the bottom of this video. And so you can find that. One final quick tip is when you are preparing for your show, just make sure you check what time load in is and load out and how long it's going to take you to drive there. It can take a while to set up jewelry, so give yourself plenty of time. You don't want to be stressed, but perhaps the show starts at 9 and they open the doors for vendors at 7. Just make sure that you're aware of what those times are, where you need to park, all of that. Find that the night ahead and you should be good to go. So I hope you have lots of fun at your show. And if you've done shows, please share your tips in the comments section of this video. We can all help each other to build really great, successful businesses that we all love.